Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria, where we are currently working on getting our port built up over here. Once that's done, we're absolutely going to work on some iron. No doubt about that. I'm also a little surprised these guys haven't attacked us yet, but okay, that seems absolutely fine for the moment. We'll just park here where it's, less dark. That seems okay. So this is the paper map mode, right? And that's absolutely fine. So there's our port done. Now I want to move up one iron mine. So we're going to move that up, and we're going to be working in the background on this government administration. So that'll be fine. That's absolutely excellent. The real question here, of course, is when do we want to start working on actually getting aggressive? Well, for the moment, we're expanding via colonization, and I'm reasonably okay with that. We currently can't colonize down over this way. I'm not sure why, possibly colonization range, something like that. Let's see what we've got here. Minus 20% enactment time. Do it. Cool. So that sounds good. We are, of course... Oh! We can now see this sea area. Cool. We weren't able to see that before, so that's absolutely great. Now we can actually see things. I mean, not at night, but we can actually see things. So that's excellent. We're going to finish up our colonization up here pretty quickly. That's not going to take very long at all. And our iron mines are going to be done in about 8 weeks. We also have mandatory service finishing up in about 2 weeks, approximately. Now about 1 week, so that's fine. National Guard is probably going to take some time to implement. Our success chance is very, very low. The samurai are in favor of it. We're not surprised by this, of course. Should we actually be working like this, working with the iron mine in the background and working primarily on the government administration? Actually, yes, I think we should. Mandatory service has been unlocked, and of course that means that we're working on the atmospheric engine. The opposition members have put forth their demands on enacting the National Guard. Do it. It must pass. So that brings us up to 22%. That's actually pretty good odds, all things considered. I'm okay with that. The colonization of Hokkaido is now completed, and it's now a proper state. Does that mean we can integrate it? It's already integrated. Okay, beautiful. So that's fine. Does that mean we can colonize down over this direction? Sadly, no. Let's see, maybe Micronesia? No. This is part of China. Okay, got it. This is all part of Kyushu down here. So I would think that we'd be close enough to Micronesia to colonize this. I really, really would. Interesting. So let's go into our state actions, or actually into our diplomacy actions, and we can establish a colony. There is one up here already. Okay, noted. So we can declare an interest in Indonesia. That's already there. And that does not include Oceania. Okay, let's get rid of that and let's declare our interest in Oceania. With that interest there, does that need to establish? Hang on. Is that interest actually established? Apparently, yes. I really would have thought we would have been able to colonize down here, but apparently not. Okay. We have interests that are going to disappear soon. Indonesia. Yes. We deliberately got rid of that for the moment, and we're replacing that with Oceania. So I would very much like to colonize down over here. That would be great. Our law debate failed here. That's unfortunate. So we're currently working on this iron mine in Kanto. The reason why we're not also working on a government administration here is because we started up a private construction of a furniture manufactory. There's nothing we can do about that. I would like to prioritize a single government administration here over our iron mine in Kanto. We will eventually get that. Oh, there's the Oceania interest activated. So it wasn't activated yet. Got it. So can we start colonizing this now that that's activated? The answer is no. Okay, that's a little bit sad. I would have liked to do that, but unfortunately, that's not an option right now. And eventually, we'll probably go after Hawaii. That would be absolutely great to take over basically the Pacific Ocean. That's our goal here, is to take over the Pacific. We do need to finish up this government administration. We still have a lot in unrealized taxes, and that would be absolutely great to solve. And we do need to start cranking up our construction more as well. 25 construction is insufficient, to be clear. We'll get there. So our National Guard, we'll see what ends up happening here. We've got 0% chance of stall, 72% chance of debate. So it's kind of iffy what's going to end up happening there. The debate succeeded. Okay, so we're back up to 22. We also had a dye works accident. They shall not have died in vain, indeed. I like the pun. I can't pass up the pun. It just can't be done. You can't pass up a pun like that. So we've got 7 weeks on this government administration. The last government administration actually got us a lot. So that's great. We'll continue to work on this for the time being. The real question is how long on this furniture manufactory? 52 weeks. Okay, that's going to be a while. And that's slowing down our government constructions, which is certainly not non-ideal. We could think about expanding out our construction sector in Chubu in order to cover that. We definitely could. I'm going to do it, but after the government administration. So we'll do it like this. We're 1 week away, and we're starting our construction sector in Chubu. That'll be fine. So we're going to get this government administration done. This construction sector will finish after that, and our law debate has failed. We're back down to the 12%. Awkward. We're going to finish this construction sector, then the iron mine, then a government administration is the way that this is going to go. So that's fine. No issues there. And we'll bring up our total amount of construction to... What is our construction production anyway? Hang on. I want to check in on these levels, right? 40.0 construction, but that is for all 8 of these, right? Yeah, 5 construction each. So we would expect that this would currently, because we have 9 levels, we would expect this to be at 45 construction. Currently, though, our iron shortage is cutting into that. So we absolutely do need to work on our iron shortage. There's no doubt about that one. The question now is, and if we close this, the question now is, are we actually progressing over here? And we are. So that is definitely something that is good to note. The law debate has failed again. Okay. We're going to move an iron mine up here, and we're going to work on the iron mine, and then in the background, the government administration for now. We do need to handle our government administration situation. There's no doubt about that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move up all of these iron mines for now. And we're just going to alternate. Like I said before, it's going to be a little tedious to get this set up. No doubt about that. But let's get this done. We're going to do something like this, but I want this iron mine to be on top. And then this government administration can come up. And now we can get started on ticking forward because there's no point in being paused while we're doing this. And this guy moves up like so. There we go. Okay. As I said, tedious. Okay. I really wish we could drag and drop these. Paradox, if you're watching this, please make this drag and droppable so you can just click and drag to put it anywhere in the list. That would be amazing. Unfortunately, Paradox doesn't watch this channel. I'm 99% sure about that. Maybe I should say I'm 100% sure about that. I'm pretty sure Paradox doesn't watch this channel, regardless. So up we go. And we can continue to intersperse these. The debate failed again. Okay, that's definitely getting unfortunate there. So we're going to move another government administration up here. As I said, it's going to be tedious, but that's okay. We've got plenty of work to do here, and this is fine. So we're going to move these guys up to be something kind of like this for now, and just intersperse over here. Looks good-ish. And we're going to need to move more government administrations up. That's for sure. So we're going to move this guy up. Something like that. There we go. And now we're on this page. We're almost done here, believe it or not. And then we'll move a few more of these up. How many are we going to need in total over here? We should check that. Okay, we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gotcha. So here's one. Oh, this failed again. Okay, legislative failures are indeed happening. We're going to get a setback here. That'll get rid of one of those. And that's our second setback. We'll see how that ends up going. It's probably not going to go super well. But for now, we'll get these government administrations moved right on up. And we'll just have them interspersed. And as I said, there's no point in being paused right now. So this is fine. Government administration here. And we can move up another one. There we go. So that one will go here. And now everything on this page is set up correctly. That's excellent. So now we can just set them up on this page correctly. So it'll end up being something like this, and it becomes a lot less tedious. Perfect. There we go. We're now done. So that is now interspersed, where we're going to be alternating whether we're working on government administrations or iron mines. Perfect. We have an iron input goods shortage. Yeah, we're well aware of that. That is 100% known. And hopefully we won't have more of these failures, because that's been a lot of failures that we've had here. I know we have a breakdown here somewhere. Okay. Our odds are actually getting a little bit better here, I think. 7% of success, 14% of advance, 77% of debate. We'll see. We can't have any more setbacks. We might have to give up on National Guard for the moment. It would not be ideal. But our legislature is being kind of jerks. We failed another debate on it. Okay. We're going to give up on it for now. We'll have to come back to that. So what law would we want to pass then? We're on freedom of conscience right now, which is possibly okay, but maybe we want to go over to state religion. Probably. Let's get started on that. That's 17% to start. So we probably have a little bit better support on that one. Fantastic. So we're going to be finishing up our colonization up over here quite soon. I keep hoping that we're going to be able to colonize Micronesia, but unfortunately that does not appear to be the case. I'm wondering if that's a colonial range thing with our either institutions or tech. Probably tech, if I had to guess. We are definitely... We have a bit of credit building up, and we need to handle that. Luckily, we are going to have that done soon enough as we finish up more government administrations and iron mines. So that'll all be great. Unfortunately, as our iron mines, as we work through the iron shortage, yes, we're going to have a reduction in the cost of iron on our construction goods, but what we're also going to have, and this is not great, is an increase, well, it's both great and not great, an increase in our actual construction throughput, which will probably offset that, in all honesty. Opium addictions. The use of and abuse of the substance has spread throughout Kyushu. That is not great. So that's spreading over from China. Thanks, Britain. Cool. So we're currently at 89K unrealized taxes. That's fine. Our interest payments are coming up here, and we absolutely do want to do something about this. There's no doubt about that. Blasphemy laws. Huh. So this is definitely polarizing. No doubt about that. We'll uphold the law. Fantastic. So we have a lot of radicalism, that's for sure, and we'll need to deal with that. Our radicalism is non-great, but we'll get there. I think that's mostly happening, well, it's happening in chunks. Unfulfilled political movement demands? Fair enough. They want poor laws. I mean, we tried to pass poor laws, though. National Guard. You get the poor people get conscripted into the military and shipped off to fight. That's the poor law, right? That's how this works. I don't know. Maybe they just don't understand that. So I want to check in on Kanto here and see how we're doing in our iron mine. Okay. Noted. So prices aren't all that bad. This is doing very, very well. No doubt about that. Hey, an advance. So 15% enactment success chance. Wonderful. Our colonization up over here is now done. So there's nothing that we can colonize at this moment, I believe. Let's check in on that in the diplomacy lens. Yeah, there are no colonies that we can actually create. Okay, so that's noted for the time being. We're quite negative on our number of convoys. So we're definitely going to need some amount of convoy generation here. So we need more ports, clearly. But we are really not in a position to build ports at this moment. I want to throw that out there. That is absolutely not something that we're going to be doing right now. We're finishing up our government administration in Kanto now. Beautiful. So now we're positive in our bureaucracy, giving us more state construction efficiency. That's good. A debate happening here? I'm actually going to take the reduction in success chance. Our radicalism is going up sharply. Mostly from decreases in standard of living. Okay, noted. So that's definitely a bit of an issue. We'll need to deal with that. We're working on it. We're working on it. That does mean that we're probably going to have some internal conflicts. I'm not hugely shocked about that, but it's very likely. So that's okay. Iron Mine's going to be finishing up in 7 weeks. We are currently making a reasonable pace on getting through these. Hello, we have a bit of a mistake here. So we need to move each of these up by 1. There we go. That's better. Fantastic. As I said, we're setting a reasonable pace at getting all of this done. Miracle workers. Yeah, Buddhist monks are being solid here. We'll take the 40% enactment success chance. Thanks. That's great. So that'll be absolutely fine. We are, of course, going to need to be a bit of a naval power here, which I'm not good at, usually. We'll see how that ends up going. That'll be very interesting. We need to get these iron mines online, though, right? That is absolutely the top priority right now. Tools and wood are a little bit expensive at the moment, so we might want to consider backing off a little bit on our production of iron and taxation. We'll see. For now, I think it's reasonably okay, but maybe sometime around here. And that'll take some time, for sure. These iron mines, they do take in tools. Okay, so we probably should consider building a tooling workshop. And I put that at the top of the queue for right now. So this tooling workshop is going to be the top priority. We're going to get one of those built. That is going to drive up the price of wood slightly. But I'm not too concerned about that for the moment. For right now, it's okay. Western Australia is improving relations with us. Okay. They can do that for the time being. We've got a ways to go before we become a truly important power, right? This is going to take some time. We're currently in the carefully balancing the economy stage and deficit spending. Hawaii is also improving relations. Okay. Noted. So 17 weeks on our tooling workshop in Kansai. We're also building a glassworks in Chugoku. Okay. That seems reasonably fine. Indeed. And now we're on adoption of state religion. Perfect. We're also seeing our bureaucracy slipping away, which is expected. We are not surprised about that in the slightest. I would like to consider building an additional construction sector in Chubu. Yes, it's going to cause us some deficit issues. Yes, I'm okay with that. We need to get our construction building faster. No doubt about this. I would like to have more resources going into this. So another construction sector goes in. How are we doing on our tech here? Atmospheric engine is 3 years away. Okay. Noted. So this is much better. Much, much better. We're now at 38 construction. That is solid. That is very solid. How are we doing on that iron shortage? Yeah, we need 500 now. I'm not shocked about that. So for the moment, that's reasonably okay. Yeah, we're going to lose our power rank. Whatever. No problem there. But now we're building these two relatively quickly. So we now have state religion. Wonderful. What do we want to go for laws next? Our only option is under policing. We could go for a dedicated police force. It's pretty opposed. So I think for the moment, we're not going to do that. There was a mining accident, and... It's a small price to pay for the March of Industry. Absolutely. We have a big radicalism issue. We'll need to deal with that, but for now, there's not all that much that we can do about it. What's our legitimacy, out of curiosity? 65? Okay. Noted. I mean, a big part of that is our income taxes, right? But we absolutely need to handle the taxes. We need the taxes up. There's no way around it at this moment. This economy cannot be sustained even with the taxes up. So the taxes have to be up right now. We'll get them changed later. That's the idea here. So we're going to be done with our tooling workshop in 1 week here. That's great. We still have that iron shortage, which is not shocking at all. But there we go. There's that tooling workshop done. Next up is going to be our government administration, and that will bring us back positive in our bureaucracy, which is good. The radicalism is definitely up there. And that's due to standard of living going down like this. See, this is the problem. We'll get it dealt with. It'll take time. So for the time being, this is okay. Our government administration here is going to be finishing, and we're 14 weeks away from another iron mine finishing as well. So government administration finishes and takes the edge off of that bureaucracy. And now we're putting about half of a construction into our government administration in Chugoku. Once we're done with this glasswork, we're going to see this speed up dramatically. And we're almost done with that. Oh, actually, we're working on a livestock ranch as well? Okay. So that's going to be a little bit yet then. Never mind on that one. So that's fine. We're currently at 87.7k unrealized taxes. We definitely need to handle that. That unrealized taxes and our iron mine, our iron shortage is the overall problem that we're experiencing at this moment. So we need to get these iron mines completed. Do we have any more on page 2? We do. Okay. Definitely it's going to take some time. But we're working on industrializing here. This is always a painful process for everyone. Painful process for our people, painful process for our pocketbook. It's gonna hurt, but we'll get there. Phenomenal. 5 weeks on this iron mine in Kanto. Once that's done, hopefully this balance will change a little bit. We keep seeing our construction goods maintaining about the same price, and that's because we're running an input goods shortage, right? Restore no colonial affairs? Okay, that's maybe something that we could do if we can't actually colonize Micronesia. I wish that we could. I'm actually unclear why we can't. We have an interest there. We have colonization ability. And we have territory right next to them. I guess maybe because this up here is impassable? Maybe. At any rate, we can't colonize there for now, and that's probably fine. It's probably fine. So we're going to finish up another government administration in 7 weeks here, and we need to realize that these government administrations do have pretty significant upkeep costs, so the amount of money we're getting out of them is likely largely wash right now. As their efficiency goes up, that will get a lot better. But right now, it's likely largely a wash, which arguably means that we should focus on the iron mines. Arguably. For now, I think it's okay, though. So 2 weeks on this government administration. We want to keep our bureaucracy positive, right? That's a big part of this. I'm also wondering, what is the infrastructure like over here? 38 of 65. Okay. We'll probably end up building ports to handle that for now. We know that we need more convoys. So for the moment, that's okay. Iron and wood are currently expensive. We don't need any tooling work. We may want to consider getting a logging camp. Maybe even 2. They do build quite quickly, so let's get that underway. Let's take a small break from our iron mines to build a couple of logging camps. Now, our radicalism is starting to drift downward. Excellent. That's very good. We're very happy about that. Our loyalists are kind of holding firm, but that's okay for the time being. So these logging camps are going to be done quite soon here. In about a month, we're going to have one done, and that's absolutely fine. So we'll get that wood under control. And that will take some of the edge off of our deficit. We absolutely need to get this deficit under control. There's no doubt about that. Out of curiosity, what are we at for military wages? We could turn this down and save some money there, for sure. We probably... We'll turn down our government wages as well. For the moment, I don't mind sacking the prestige. That will save us some money as well. We absolutely do need to work on that, so that's fine. Logging camp is going to be finishing in 2 weeks, and we do need to turn around our finances. I'm not going to be expanding our construction sectors anymore for a good long time. At least until we're turning a profit, and we're not going to be going negative. We need to start paying off our debt, because otherwise we're going to get eaten alive by this interest. With us not being a recognized nation, interest payments are very, very, very high, and so we don't want to worry about that. So for the moment, we're absolutely going to want to get this deficit taken care of. That's for sure. So we've got 4 weeks left on this iron mine, and that's great. We're going to be very happy to have all of this iron production happening. We're at 126 right now, and we absolutely need to get a lot more. That's for sure. We need a lot more. How much are we paying for paper? I'm wondering right now. 12.4K? Noted. So paper is probably going to end up being pretty expensive. I think we can import that from China relatively easily, though. So for now, that's probably going to end up being the plan there. However, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to continue to work on sourcing additional iron, and we're going to just work on getting our deficit turned around and start working on paying off this debt so that we're not building up this interest. Interest is, of course, bad. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Andy Magar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.